Hi, greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope I'm a good week so far. We'll look at the 12th Doctor era. Now continues on with the Zygon Inversion. In the present, Bonnie, the leader of a splinter group of shape-shifting Zygons, has taken Clara's form, keeping her body in a pod. Clara finds herself in a dream version of her flat, able to control Bonnie's actions to a small degree due to a telepathic connection between them, giving the 12th Doctor and the unit scientist Osgood time to parachute out of their plane before Bonnie shoots it down. The Doctor and Osgood land on a beach. Controlling Bonnie's hand, Clara sends a message to the Doctor's phone saying, "I'm awake." The Doctor video calls Bonnie. From Wink's Bonnie exhibits, the Doctor recognizes that Clara is telling him her pod is in London. Interrogating Clara via their telepathic connection, Bonnie learns the Osgood box is in the Unit Black Archive under the Tower of London. Against the wishes of the Zygons who are now allied with the Splinter Group, Bonnie intends to start a war against humanity by using the Osgood box to unmask 20 million Zygons on Earth. Unit leader Kate Stewart, having survived the encounter with the Zygon in New Mexico, reconvenes with the Doctor and Osgood in London. Bonnie discovers that there are two identical Osgood boxes in the archive, only differing by color. By the time the Doctor, Osgood, and Kate arrive, Bonnie has found that either box's button reveals a second set of two buttons within. When Bonnie prepares to press a button on the blue box, which either unmasks the Zygons or make them human forms permanent, Kate prepares to do the same on the red box, which will either destroy every Zygon or every one in London. The Doctor tries to talk them both out of this action. The Osgood boxes have a means to assure peace because of the consequences of declaring a war. Eventually, after the Doctor missed the consequences he had to live with since the Time War, both Bonnie and Kate back off, with the former realizing the boxes are empty and were only a ploy to avoid a disaster. The Doctor wipes Kate's memories to keep the peace treaty. Bonnie calls up the Splinter Group and says they will live peacefully. Later, the Doctor offers Osgood a chance to ride the TARDIS, but she refuses and instead reveals her new duplicate, Bonnie, who has taken a new form after giving up Clara. Aww. So now let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. Kate describes her gunfire while escaping and attacking Zygon as 5 rounds rapid. This is a phrase closely associated with Kate's father, the Brigadier, that he first used in the Daemons. The Fourth Doctor's companion, Harry Sullivan, is mentioned in this episode by name, as he was alluded to in the prior episode, as developing Z67, Sullivan's gas, as a means of stopping the Zygons. The Doctor also refers to Sullivan as the Imbecile, a reference to the Fourth Doctor's serial Revenge of the Cybermen, where the Doctor shouted, "Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!" after Sullivan triggered a rock slide and then tried to remove a cyber bomb from the Doctor without deactivating the booby trap. Unit's Black Archive, first seen in the Day of the Doctor, and containing several items from several past episodes, currently has a Meyer helmet first seen in The Girl Who Died. The Doctor claims that he himself planned to use the box with a button to commit mass murder. This is a reference to the Day of the Doctor, when 3 of the Doctor's past incarnations planned to use the Moment, a Time Lord doomsday device, to end the Time War. Osgood says that there has been more than one meaning for the acronym TARDIS. The D in TARDIS has been given both as dimension and dimensions during both the classic series and the revival, giving the name TARDIS 2 different meanings. In the next Doctor, Jackson Lake says his TARDIS, a really hot air balloon, stands for tethered air release developed in style. In this episode, the Doctor gives it yet another meaning, totally erratically driving in space. As he departs, the Doctor tells the Osgoods that "I'm a very big fan," the same thing Osgood says to the 11th Doctor in The Day of the Doctor. And now finally, let's take a look at some outside references. The Doctor's Union Jack parachute prototype, calling it camouflage, where in Britain, is a direct reference to the pre-title sequence of the 1977 James Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me, in which Bond jumps from a cliff and expands a parachute with the same design. The Doctor calls Bonnie Zygella, a pun on Chef Nigella Lawson's name. Bonnie is asked by the Doctor about the brave new world her revolution will create, citing one of Shakespeare's play The Tempest, "O brave new world that has such people in it." The Doctor borrows the phrase, and I mean that most sincerely, for the UK television show Opportunity Knocks. So overall, as a conclusion to the previous episode, this one is actually really dang good, and the Doctor's speech in this episode is truly amazing, and I highly recommend all of you go on YouTube and find it, watch it, and trust me, you are going to be blown away how good Peter Capaldi is at delivering that speech. So, yeah. So, overall, I give the Zygon Inversion 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in next time as we take the next episode, Sleep No More. Well, hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified about my upload videos. And if you want to help support this channel further, then be sure to check my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I'm a polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like it, Julie baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Fezzes are cool. And Stetsons are cool.